Welcome back to Good Day State Line. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial is basically taking over social media and the entire world. We know you have so many questions, and that's why Tim Mahoney is here tonight. He's going to answer the questions. You ready for this?
I am. Let's go. This has been, a great distraction from what's been going on in the real world for everybody.
I know. So Emily has the first question for us, but she doesn't want to be on camera. So Wizard of Oz, take it away.
All right. My friend Riley had this question.
Okay.
After one of Miss Heard's testimonies, when she claimed that she just carried around a makeup that she called a bruise kit to cover the bruises, the company that made the makeup that she claimed to use released a statement that they did not have that specific makeup available at the time of those incidents. Can that evidence be used to combat her statements, or no, because you cannot admit evidence mid-trial?
Well, no, you can admit evidence mid-trial, especially if it's evidence to contradict somebody's testimony.
Okay.
Again, a judge is always going to decide what evidence comes in and what evidence doesn't come in, and it's not always going to be super consistent. But if it's evidence designed to cross-examine somebody after they make a statement, yes, that evidence can come in mid-trial. The point being, it wasn't disclosed earlier. Well, you didn't know that they were going to make that statement.
Sure.
Otherwise, normally in your case in chief, if you haven't disclosed something, then you cannot admit it into evidence. There's not supposed to be surprises. But when it's there to cross-examine somebody, then the evidence can absolutely come in. So I'm sure that was appropriate.
Yeah, you can't be like, I have this secret note I didn't tell you about, and
Right.
that's really going to get you.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, okay.
So.
But the makeup thing makes sense. Okay, so I think we have another question that's going to appear out of nowhere. Yes. Okay, who do you think is winning so far?
Well, in the court of public opinion, it's not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Depp has just, totally redeemed himself and redeemed his career, I think, as a result of this particular trial. And I think that was the intent for him. Mm-hmm. They did a trial on this topic in London, and there was a not guilty on that particular case. It's not a criminal case, it's a civil case, but she was not found liable. But I suspect that was a dry run for this trial.
Okay.
And that his team specifically did that, so they had an idea of what to do at this particular trial. It was Johnny that fought for the cameras to be on in the
that
courtroom.
was actually my question.
Right. He was the one that fought for the cameras to be on in the courtroom, and that has worked to his advantage tremendously. And I don't think he really cares whether or not he wins or whether or not he gets any money. He wants his career back.
Yeah.
And the story that came out in the Washington Post destroyed his career. I mean, that was the end of him getting scripts sent to him in roles. He wants to go back to making movies, and I think he's absolutely redeemed himself that he's going to be able to go back to making movies as a result of this, and that's what he wanted. He wanted to relift his career.
That makes sense too, because I guess as a, just a public person, when you hear a verdict of a trial, if you weren't witness to the trial, that might not impact you very much.
Well, and look, public opinion has made their decision.
Yeah.
The majority of the people that are following the case are dominated by feminine energy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's who's predominantly following the case. And, prior to the trial, that may have been against Johnny. That's now against Amber, and everybody is on Johnny's side. So the chances of him getting to do movies again after this is all done, I think, are about 100%. And he cares about that a lot more than whether or not he wins this
Absolutely.
verdict. If the jury comes back in the opposite, public opinion is going to be that they got it wrong. It's
Sure.
not going to be that he actually lost.
That makes sense. Okay, I think we have another question. Do you think he hit her?
No, I don't. Watching both of them testify, and I told you that my daughter's actually met him twice, and I was around him once. No, I don't think that's the way that it went down. I think that his testimony came across as a lot more credible than her testimony in terms of the incidents that happened. So
Okay.
no, I don't think he did.
Next question, and then we have a couple. Is this trial really just about defamation? Because it seems like more than that.
So I'm not sure I completely understand that question, but a defamation case can incorporate a lot of things.
Sure.
One of the things that's happened in this case is Amber and her responses has opened up the door to a lot of things that she shouldn't have. She mentioned a lot of things that allowed them to bring in new witnesses that were probably a bad idea. I mean, for her, she wanted the trial to be pretty compacted. These incidents happened, and this is my side of the story. And let's also remember, there's always two sides to a story, and then there's always what actually happened. But I think she wanted to keep it simple. But when she was testifying, she started talking and opening the door to stuff that was very helpful for Johnny's team in terms of the people that were able to bring in and testify. So every time she would open the door, it allowed them to add more information that did nothing but help their case. His trial team has done a very, very nice job in terms of manufacturing this case in the way that they did, scheduling it the way that they did. And her team has not done as good a job of telling her side of the story.
Didn't she get a new team in the middle of this?
Yeah, that's never a good idea. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Jumping ship never is a good sign. That usually means things aren't going very well.
All right, I think we have one more question we have time for. Yahoo says Amber Heard's lawyers have a good chance of winning over the jury despite being mocked on social media, legal experts say. What do you think? I think you already answered that.
Well, look, jury, especially a case like this, okay, this is a case of your word versus your word. That's really what this case comes down to. My word against this other person's word. Juries decide cases based upon how much they resonate with the individual. Who do they connect with? I mean,
Sure.
it comes down to people. At the end of the day, we can have all the experts in the world and all this information and all this stuff, but it comes down to people. Okay, well, so the social media, who is everybody resonating? Are they resonating with Johnny or are they resonating with Amber? They're resonating with Johnny.
Yeah.
Now, could the jury come down on the opposite side of that? Sure, they could, but I mean, I don't think that that's significantly likely. I just think that he's come across better and he's resonated with everybody in that courtroom, and she has not. I mean, her courtroom antics have not been helpful. She leaves the courtroom before the case is done. It doesn't stay by her team while they're going through talking to the jury. She doesn't look good when she's on the stand. She looks like she's fidgeting. She looks like she's uncomfortable, whereas Johnny looks more than comfortable. And also he's done things that you probably shouldn't do, but it's worked for him. Like, you shouldn't respond to what somebody else is testifying to. One of the things that we'll say to our clients is poker face. Don't respond to what they're doing. But he's responded, but he's come across great. I mean, when he responds, I mean, it's totally worked for him. So I just think that there's one side on this case, and the other side hasn't done very well.
I have a feeling social media agrees with you, and we'll see what the court says. Thanks for coming in.
Always my pleasure.
Coming up next, Spirit Day. We'll be making drinks that you'll be able to find at the Rockford Casino, a Hard Rock opening act. Don't go anywhere.